What's happening, everybody? It's your man, Dame DNYDC. Well, you know what time it is. It's Monday night. We're back with a brand new episode and a brand new guest that's going to be joining me on the other mic tonight. And I'm excited. Now, when I say excited, don't want to creep nobody out. When I say this, I've been able to watch this sister from afar. We've been at different conferences and different things together. I've been able to watch her speak, listen to her speak, and really, you're amazed by what you see kind of unfold before your eyes. Now, the thing about it is, today's guest, she does exactly what I'm talking about for so many other brands and entrepreneurs and things of that nature. And I really like, her tagline, which is it's kind of like a unicorn, and it makes you feel kind of good inside when you think about unicorns, right? So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring, today's guest, to the other mic to join me and to join us today. Brittany Veney. Brittany, beautiful smile, beautiful energy. Brittany, before we even really get started, I really like to get in and ask for you to take a moment just to kind of introduce yourself to us so we get to know a little bit more about who you are.
Well, first, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm so excited. I love your platform, and I'm just super excited about the conversation we're going to have. Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany Veney. I am the owner of Be Real Creative Studio, where we provide brand and website design. But overall, I'm a professional unicorn. What that means is that I like to sprinkle a little what I call pixie dust. If you ever went to Disney World, you know what that means. I like to sprinkle pixie dust and glitter on everything that I do. And that just means that when I do something, I put my all into it and I put love into it.
Now, you heard it right there. The pixie dust, the style, the flair, the love. And you really see that. And like I said, Brittany, not to be a creep or anything, but like I said, I've been able to watch you, over the last couple of years, through our network. And you really do have a lot of love and energy. And you really see it in that smile that you have and that energy that you bring. And, I want to start off by asking, really what led you to want to become, a brand and website designer? Because that does have to take a lot of time, patience, and love to be able to get through. But what was it that sparked you to want to get into that field?
Yes, so thank you. I'm going to make a super long story short. So let me quickly take you back to the beginning.
Okay.
As an adolescent, I've always had a knack for creativity. I love to draw. I love color. I always had my own distinct style when it came to art. But I wanted to be a lawyer in the 5th grade.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
I have 2 degrees, one in law, my master's in public administration.
All right.
And
sis.
so I took
All
the
right.
complete opposite route of creativity. Well, I journeyed through life. I found myself married and a stay-at-home mom.
Wow.
And I found myself struggling with who I was at that time and what my purpose was. I felt like I was losing a sense of my independence and purpose. And I'm like, we got to get this back. And one of the ways for me to get that back was to start making my own money again. And so I started just doing different things to make money. And one of those things was virtual assistants.
Okay.
I started a virtual assistant company, and my very first client, who is a Black woman attorney, she had her own firm, and she was like, "Look, I need you to do some things to my website. You know how to do websites?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." So I did her website. She loved it. Someone else loved it. Wanted me to do his.
Wow.
I fell in love with it. Immediately started teaching myself website design and design, and now I'm here.
I mean, I love that. It's amazing how we all we think we have a plan, right? And we think that we're going to go one route. Because I too, like you, when I was young. So first of all, when I was young, I wanted to be. I'm gonna age myself here. So there used to be a show called Quincy. He was a medical examiner. I wanted to be a medical examiner. Then when I realized that, oh, you're cutting open dead people, I said, no, that's not for me. So I did the same thing. Got into law, was criminal justice major. Round about took me about 15, 20 years before I actually got into any type of anything that came close to what I went to school for. And it's true when you have a passion and you lose your way, like you said, and the good, the bad, but you found that passion again,
Yeah.
that drive, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying all of this to lead to because that's just not the only hat that you wear. Because if people were listening, this sister has 2 degrees, y'all. She stayed busy, right? So
Mhm.
you also, speak as well, because this is the part that I also wanted to share because I've heard you speak. I've been in attendance. You speak about women's empowerment.
Yes.
Now, where did that fire come from?
So I'm happy that we're journeying into this topic because it brings you back to when I just said I was a stay-at-home
Mm-hmm.
mom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, being a stay-at-home mom, I transitioned into a single mom.
Okay.
And so
Mm.
in that journey of life,
Right.
I found myself extremely empowered by my journey in entrepreneurship
Mm-hmm.
and motherhood, in every role that I had. And so as I really started to build up my confidence again and just change my life and start over,
Mm-hmm.
it was really important for me to share those parts of me with other women
Yeah.
because I knew I'm not the only woman who's gone through divorce,
Well,
who's
yeah.
a mom, who's
Yeah.
a 9-to-5 mompreneur.
Right. Right. Right.
And so, because I love to speak and I love to share and inspire, it's
Mm-hmm.
just important for me to share my journey and to let other women know that you can do it too. If you want to wake up
Mm.
one morning and decide to do things differently, you can.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to show them how.
Well, I love that, being raised by a single mom. So I get it. The greatest superhero that I probably knew in my entire life was my mom. And I commend you and I applaud you. But just, I mean, I don't, not to say devil's advocate, but as a man and as men in our community, we struggle. But I think it's important just to take a moment, if we could, just to kind of like not what could we do, but what should we be learning? Because this is really, it has to be a learned thing, I think, and especially in our community. What from a woman's perspective and a woman who speaks on empowerment, what can you share or say to some of our men that could really help kind of maybe bridge that gap so that we don't have these broken homes and broken situations that we deal with, seems like on almost across most of our families.
Mhm. One of the most important things for me for men to know is to embrace our strength,
Mm,
and love on that strength.
mm-hmm.
Um, Never look at it as any type of threat.
Okay.
Um, and to understand the importance of us both working together,
Mm,
um, and being one to create something beautiful, and no
mm-hmm.
matter um, what that looks like, it looks different for
Yeah.
everyone, and
Yeah.
in so many different types of relationships.
Yeah.
But to just embrace that and
Yeah.
love on that, and to recognize that although so many women, we are so strong, we do
Yeah.
so much, and
Yeah.
sometimes we don't always ask for help like we should.
Yep.
We don't
Yep.
always raise our hand and say,
Yep.
hey,
Yep.
what
No.
I need.
True.
To just look at it, if you see something that needs to be done, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ask,
Yeah.
you need anything, you all right, let me take something from you.
Yep.
Because I know I'm the type of woman, if I want to pour into you, so I love for someone to pour into me back.
Right.
Just that. Yeah.
Right. I couldn't agree with you more in those things because you touched on some things that I hope are not just our men, but our women too are really paying attention to, because it is teamwork. And I've talked about this before. Our community, the man of color, the black man, has been removed from so many situations, and the weight has been put on our women to actually, I don't want to say be what they are, because they are strong, but they've taken on additional weight that I really don't believe that's theirs. And like you said, gentlemen, go out there, don't be afraid. If you've got a superwoman, time for you to become Superman. Time for you to step up, and embrace it. Don't run from it. And it's really important. And I just wanted to take a minute, because I think sometimes we have to step back from all the fun and all the gloss. But if you can have a real conversation about real things, and just to help put things in perspective, and I challenge the men that may be watching this, man, go ahead and go find your cape and take some of that stress off your lady. But we're going to get back to regularly scheduled conversation here. But thank you for sharing that, Brittany. One of the other things I wanted to ask you about, as a coach, because you're a coach too, right?
Yeah.
This sister right here be working, boy, I tell you. But working with others, personalities, some may have egos grander than others.
Yes.
But I'm curious, like, what if I wanted to, get a coaching session with you, or someone watching says, hey, they want to reach out, because we want people to reach out, and get a session with you. Like, what does that look like? Like, what does it entail, and what are some of the processes that people can see when working with you?
Okay, so when you work with me one-on-one, first of all, you've come to me because you want to build a brand. And most of the time, a creative or entrepreneur comes to me because they want to build a personal brand. I love helping people realize what they are talented in or specialize in so that they can monetize it.
Okay.
And so when we work together, I'm pulling that out of you. I'm pulling out what your story is, what your why is, so that we can use that to share and inspire, and so that you can build a community. And, although, yes, I am a brand and website designer, and we get to all the aesthetic of things, what's important for me when I'm coaching someone is that we allow ourselves to be most authentic. And so I'm really driving that into my clients so that we understand it from the beginning. Because if we have a great foundation and we understand who we are, then we can start to build on that and market ourselves. So the process for me begins with the heart of everything. And then we transition into the marketing.
And that part, I have that, because I remember when I started and everything, like, how many people really come to you and really say, Brittany, I have no idea. and what is that like? Because I mean, then do you have like a whole step in process? Like, you just go get the book. Okay, all right, like, let's start here. Well, just start asking questions and doing a deep dive.
Yeah, every session is different, but one of my superpowers is being able to tap into others to see what their superpower is. And it's really easy for me to do. I'm the type of person, if we have a conversation and it's in depth, I can pull 100 different ideas, and I can establish multiple businesses from it. That's just how my mind works. And so all I need to know from that person in our conversation is what their passion is. And I can see it, the way their eyes twinkle when they talk about something and how deep they're getting in it. And I'm like, that's it. That's it.
You don't need to go no further. We're going to stop. We're going to put this in the bottle. We're going to start with this one.
But lots of people, they come in, they just like, I don't have any idea. And I'm like, you do. We just gotta go.
Get to it.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's true. I think back to you when not to say that this isn't this is a passion for me. Again, I like talking to people, but the whole podcasting, the TV thing was the furthest thing from my mind. And it never, and it's just sometimes when you listen to people who've done it, I'm telling you, Damon, you got something. You're actually pretty good. And I mean, just talking to different, I've been around, I've had the pleasure of talking to some celebrity guests that I've been on, and man, and like, they're like, brother, like, I'm telling you, like, you have something, and what you're doing, what this platform is really hard, because the world is so negative, and I can sit here all day and do negativity. That's easy, right? That's like Jones and from hey, I'm from New York, like, I like snapping, I like talk, I ain't gonna lie, I talk about your mama and all that stuff, but that's easy.
Yeah.
But when you're doing something like this, where you're trying to bring positivity and you're trying to bring stories and talk about stories from people like yourself who really have a history, and they've overcome that history to become successful.
Mhm.
It's very difficult to do today because people just really tune out positivity.
Yeah.
And your story so far, ladies and gentlemen, we've only gotten halfway, through this story with this amazing sister. But I want to take a quick pause for the cause. I want to step away and thank our sponsors here, two mics up, for their support. So we're going to run a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere because Brittany's still going to be here. All right. Stay tuned. Be right back after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back fresh out the break. As you can see on the other mic is the amazing Brittany Veney. Like, man, I tell you, I love it when I have guests that come on and have this smile and this energy. It makes it so much more fun to be able to sit down and have conversations. And we're going to change lanes for a second, Brittany. And I want to get into, you know, I guess what some may say is maybe the meat of your services with Be Real Creative Studio. Now, I always like to ask in these episodes and conversations because I think it's important for people to know there's usually a mission and vision behind everything. It's the passion, but then there's the mission and vision. For you, what was what is your mission and vision behind your studio?
Yeah, so my mission is to provide a digital presence and to curate a digital presence
Mm,
for creatives and entrepreneurs in the beginning of their journey
mm,
of marketing themselves and their business that they may not have thought possible.
wow.
I like to meet someone and help them curate a digital presence and identity that looks like they have been in business for years.
Mm.
And that's exactly what we do.
I love it. And she just said that because y'all can tell, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I do. You can just tell, and I love the confidence because that really speaks volumes for me. Like first meeting someone and talking to someone, the body language, just the manner and certain keywords that they use tells me, you know what, all right, this person, yeah, it's legit. I'm going to rock with this, and I hear that in what you're saying, and to take it a step further
Mhm.
because I want to give you some time to really talk about your services because I want our audience to really anyone that's listening, you think you're at that stage or at that point that you really want to go ahead and really start putting those check marks and get your brand out. I want to allow you, Brittany, to take a few moments to talk to our audience about your services and what your services look like when they're working with you.
Yeah, so let's start from the top, which begins with your brand identity. One of our most popular services that we provide is to help you curate what your brand looks, feels, and sounds like.
Mm,
And so that includes things like your colors and your fonts, what we call the typography, and your logo.
mm,
Um, and the different things that you may use to market your business, like your business cards and other type of collateral that you may use, like your brochures, and we've done tablecloths and banners and all kinds of things to market your business. And so that leads me into one of the biggest things that every creative and entrepreneur needs is a website. And website design is our number one service. I absolutely love all things websites. I have had the pleasure of creating all kinds of websites, from e-commerce, when you're selling things like, t-shirts or teas or hair or whatever you sell, to blog sites. If you are someone who likes to, share your journey or share things about a particular topic, to service-based websites, which is the most popular because I service a lot of coaches and people who want to provide information, and people who want to build community and tell about themselves and their stories and build their personal brands. And so website design, I mean, obviously, like I said, it's our number one service, but the creatives and the entrepreneurs, they're coming to me because they know I need my digital house. That's what I call it, digital house.
It's important.
It is.
It is.
I always say, where is someone going to go to find you? Not everyone has social media platforms, and you can't necessarily put all the things on your social media platform, but you really can on your website. We all use Google. We all use a search engine. If someone is searching for something that's super specific, they just might find you there. I have been found on Google.
It's true. It's true.
So, your website it's very important. Our clients, they recognize that. They use their websites to help them grow. I've also done it myself. So, I always tell everyone who is interested in a website, you may start small, or no matter where you begin, but you can build on it.
So true.
Do so many different things. I mean, whether you might start with a service-based website, and then you're like, I want to start selling some shirts or something. You can put it on your website, and everyone who's been visiting you comes there, and they experience all that you have to offer, and they enjoy yourself. So website design, and then, like we just talked about, the coaching is another important aspect. And one of the things that I want everyone to know about my company, Be Real Creative Studio, is that although I am a designer, I do not let my experience in corporate America and my academics go to waste. So one of the things that I incorporate in my services is systems and automation, which sets me apart, because I understand the importance of workflows and of email marketing and different aspects of your business that makes it easier, and that makes you stand out, and that makes you look more corporate. So that's an additional.
All right, see, I just learned something new. I don't know. I thought I had uncovered every stone, but I just learned something too. All right, well, look, might have to revamp. That is something that, as a small business, you look to try to figure out ways to expand and reach more people. So that you gave me a plug. Okay, I appreciate that, Brittany. We're coming to the back end of the conversation, and I always have, recently, it's kind of become a real thing to me why I like to ask this question to, business owners and entrepreneurs. And it's really about, because, here on the show, I'm big on educating and empowering and impacting our community. And I'm curious for you and to hear from you, Brittany, how do you see, the impact of your work and, and as a brand and website designer on some of the businesses that, you've had the pleasure of working with so far?
Oh, I love this question. So let me give you a very specific story. I work with a couple named Cliff and Shaniqua, and they are such a powerhouse couple, and they believe in each other, in each other's vision so much. They are so spiritually led, and we worked on a brand for them. And then they had this idea of starting a trucking company. And so we went through, their brand identity, their website design, and they were both working in corporate America. But now Cliff has been able to experience his quit day.
Okay.
No
Right.
longer, working a 9 to 5, which is cool because I still do, everyone
Right.
has their own choice. But
Right.
to see my clients build a brand
Wow.
and trust me to be a part of their team, and I still am because I'm their brand and website manager, and to see them operate in their business, it gives me chills. Full time
Wow.
is so rewarding for me. Or, I have a client and he launched his website after I designed it, and he texts me because he had just landed a celebrity client. It's I'm so grateful to be a
Love it.
part of the journeys that
Love
I
it.
am. I meet so many amazing creatives and entrepreneurs who are doing amazing things. And for me to be a part
Your
of that
part.
journey and to actually see success,
Mm-hmm.
to actually have receipts,
Wow. That's real.
amazing.
It's amazing. It
Yeah.
is so amazing. And I love that. And again, that's part of the reason why I love my platform, to be able, because people need to be able to hear this from people who look like us,
Yeah.
that these things are real,
Yeah.
that these things do happen.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna, my favorite line is, we're more than athletes and rappers. We're so much more.
Yeah.
And that story, like I said, it gives me goosebumps and chills, because I see it in your smile and in your energy and the way that you speak on it. And this is real, and it can happen. It's not only just for Brittany. This opportunity is out there for anyone, Tim, Tom, James, whoever that's watching this or listening to it. It's possible.
Yeah.
You
All you
know,
have to do is want it.
and you see, you took the words right out of my mouth, because at the end of the day, you have to want it enough that you're going to go out and put in the work to do it. I can't say it any plainer than that.
Yeah.
So, it's been an amazing conversation with you today, Brittany. I thank you so much, but I cannot let you leave without taking a moment to please go ahead and share, one, if you have anything else coming up, anything in the works that you would like to talk about. And two, make sure you please leave your social media information so that I can make sure we put it in the notes and we can have our audience come out and support and follow and hopefully work with you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me today. This is an amazing conversation. I can't wait to play it back over and over and over and over again. I hope you all do too. And I hope you've all have gotten something from our conversation today. So what's next for me is always growth. I come out with some type of collection every year in my e-commerce store. So I'm working on what's to come for next year. I'm working to get on Amazon and Etsy. I want to be everywhere.
All
I'm working
right.
on more digital products, so that everyone, when they need something quickly for social media or for their website, they can grab and go.
All right.
So that's super important for me, and it's been in the works for a long time. And for 2024, I hope to be on every stage that's for me to speak on.
That's right. That's right. Go get it.
So, with that being said, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook at the Brittany Veney if you want to follow my personal brand and my personal journey. And if you are all things brand and business and website design, follow me on every platform. Be Real Creative Studio, and of course, visit my website. BeRealCreativeStudio.com, BrittanyVeney.com, and I just look forward to connecting with all of you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another great conversation today on Two Mics Up with the amazing Brittany Veney. Brittany, again, look, I look forward to seeing you. I think we're probably going to see each other sometime at the time of this recording, probably later on this month at the next networking event. So I look forward to seeing you again in person. Thank you so much, sis. Continued success. And like you said, look, everything that's meant for you, you're going to get it in 2024. From your mouth to God's ears, it's going to happen. So just believe that. What else can I say, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your man, Dame DNYDC. For some of you, Damon Cunningham. If you want to follow me, you can go ahead and follow me across social media. You can follow me at IG, Facebook, Twitter at Dame DNYDC. And look, Two Mics Up, season 5. We still rolling Mogul TV Global Network, the #1 network in positive programming. Check us out Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like we always do as we close out, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to actually do a couple of things. Stay safe, stay blessed. Mike's out.